Hello and welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Great to have you here. So today we're going to take a look at this. I've already done an unboxing video for this. This is the Citizen Seaplane. We'll come on to why it's called a seaplane in just a second. Its model number is the AW1711-87L, as it's the blue version. There is also a black version of this, which I will just put up on the screen as well. These are the two colours that I've seen so far. Now, seaplane, where does that come from? Well, what Citizen were looking to do was to merge their styling of their dive watches with their Aviator watches, and they came up with this. So you can kind of see why they went with seaplane. Good looking watch. You can get it on Amazon for about £150. It's about £199 in a lot of other places. New for 2022, I believe. Quartz Eco Drive, using their solar ring system, and it's a really nice looking watch. So let's take a look and see what we get for that money. So dimensions wise, not a small watch at all. It's 44mm in diameter. We've got a lug to lug of 51, so it is a large, and it will sit large on the wrist. Now I've got an 8-inch wrist, so it's no bother to me, but anybody with sort of a 6-inch wrist, you might find that this sits a little large on your wrist. It has got female end links though, which does help with that. Thickness 10.5mm, so not a thick watch at all. Weight 151 grams, mainly due to this stainless steel bracelet, so it is a heavy watch. And the strap width is a strange size, it's a 21mm. So it's not strange for Citizen. I believe they do a few with 21mm on bracelets. But yeah, you might struggle to change. I suppose you could use a 20mm on this if you wanted to swap it out with anything. But a really nice watch, but it is quite a large watch. Okay, so build of the watch. Full stainless steel build, as you would expect at this price, really. We've got this really nice brushed matte effect on the body of the watch, which matches onto the bracelet. There's a polish round the edge of the bezel, as you can see on that side and up onto that top edge. Also on the top surface of the bezel. Now the bezel is not a rotating bezel, it's a fixed bezel. I wasn't aware of that at the time. I think I'm so used to having rotating bezels that when I get a watch that has a bezel on it that doesn't rotate, I'm always disappointed. So, yep, doesn't move, it's a fixed bezel. The bezel itself, as you can see, from the 12 to the 3, you've got this matte stainless steel with the blue print on it. And then from the 3 round to the 12, it is blue with the silver showing through. So, really nice. On the black one, I believe the bezel is all black. Now, we've got the crown at the 130 position. Bit different. Not quite a bull head. I don't know what a bull with one horn is. But yeah, up at the 130. Now I have seen a couple of listings stating that this is a screw down crown. It's not, it's just a normal crown, just pops out, usual 2 positions. Unsigned crown, but nicely textured, but it is not screw down. As I say, I have seen a couple of listings that say it's a screw down, but it's not. Crystal is mineral crystal, probably slightly disappointing at this price. One thing I do like about this watch is just this nice chamfer on the lugs down into the bracelet. When that's up there, it looks really nice. They've obviously thought about that and the way that that meets the bracelet. I've only ever seen the 2 watches on bracelets so far. There may be some other versions that come under the straps, but I've only seen them on bracelets. So the dial on this watch is this lovely blue sunburst effect. It's a really nice blue, I must admit. We've got minute markers all the way round with the hours marked by little dots. Then slim, long indices on each of the hours. We've then got 3, 6, and 9 in this very nice rounded font. The 3 is a little bit truncated. And then we've got 60 at the top, which you don't see very often. And that is underlined with a little orange arrow underneath. Citizen printed on. And Eco Drive. We've got a date window at the 3, which does truncate that 3, which is framed. Now, I'd say it's colour matched. It's colour matched on the black one, but on the blue version, as you can see, it's black. That doesn't look unusual, But I'm sure that looks better on the black version than it does on this blue one, to be quite honest. Hands, these sword style hands, very nice. Edged in sort of matte silver. They are filled with LUME. You can see that the back end of the hands are matte black. And then we've just got a needle for a seconds hand. I don't think the seconds hand is lumed. Now, LUME on this watch, and I will put a picture of it, is really good with everything being LUME like that. But it's not the best LUME in the world. The 3 a.m. test, as I call it, can you read your watch at 3 o'clock in the morning if you wake up? It just about scrapes through, which is a bit disappointing for Citizen. The couple of the watches that I've done have had really good LUME, although that's been BGW9, whereas this is more of a C3 sort of colour. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing on that fact, to be quite honest. Now, the case back on this watch is somewhat like the watch. It's a little bit disappointing, I think. It's just really plain. It's got Eco Drive, Citizen, all the usual. J810 is the movement that they're using. Water resistance 10 bar, stainless steel. But if you compare that back to this on another Citizen, it just looks a little bit more loved and a little bit more thought about. That's that particular watch, one of my favourite Citizen watches that I own. Very similar hands, actually. But yeah, again, it just looks like a little bit of an off-the-shelf part, which is kind of disappointing. I know nobody really sees that, but it does make a difference to us watch nerds. Now, the strap on this watch is this stainless steel, solid linked, brushed strap. It's really nice, actually. I'm really pleased with the strap part, very comfortable. Etched on the clasp, double security buttons, solid clasp, and also 3 links of micro adjust as well, which is really nice. I don't always focus on that, to be fair. But yeah, strap's really nice, sits really nice on the wrist. A definite positive of the watch. So here it is on my 8-inch wrist. Fits really nicely straight out the box. So if you've got a smaller wrist than me, you'll probably end up taking a link out or two, or maybe using that micro adjust, which would be useful. But sits really nice, no hairs in it with the quality of this bracelet. It's a great everyday watch. Looks really smart, really unusual with the 130 crown there. I really like that about the watch. It's one of the reasons I went for this watch, because it looked different. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of disappointed with this watch. It just seems to lack a little bit of character. I've got the watches that I really like, which I'll show you in just a second. But this one just feels a little bit thrown together. For the price, you haven't got sapphire crystal, which you would expect for £199, I would think. The LUME is disappointing. Looks great when it's lit up, but doesn't really last brilliantly through the night. Especially as some of my other Citizens using the BGW9 do seem to last much better. I do think the watch would be better in the black version than the blue. I think the date window would also sit in there better. So it's one of them. For 150, yeah, do you know what? It's a good watch. If you get cheaper than that, you've got yourself a bargain. But at the end of the day, I just think it lacks a little bit of character. Now, if you don't like that Citizen watch, you might like this Citizen watch, which is one of my favourites. I'll put a link to that video up in the corner. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.